Hi, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I am going to be doing your July 1st to the 15th, 2021 reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowl sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Cancer, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Cancer, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Cancer. July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Cancer, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Cancer. July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Cancer, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Cancer. July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Alright, Cancer. At the bottom is our rooted self. The middle, this is the left-hand side, is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. At our root, we have the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. This is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So we have a very strong link with Earth sign energy during this time. We're going to be very rooted during this time. We're going to want to see the practicality behind things. It's like, okay, well, how can this move me forward? What is this for? Where do I want to be? This is also going to have us connected with an Earth sign energy in some way. We're going to be learning a lot from them, and they're going to be leading us forward slowly and steadily. Or if not an Earth sign energy, somebody who either has a lot of Earth sign energy within their natal chart, or somebody who's just very grounded, very down to earth, very, very quote unquote normal feeling. Like they're just going to be somebody where you sit there and you're like, oh, well, that makes sense. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, okay, I can see that. So that's going to be important. Now, our inner self is the Six of Wands and the Hermit. We have to start celebrating ourselves from within. Not having other people celebrate us. It doesn't matter what everybody else says. We can have the most accolade in the whole entire world. We have to work very hard not to let that affect us. So let's just say you're on social media. You have a lot of followers, and all of a sudden, like, the followers stop, or you start getting a lot of hateful comments, those type of things. It's still being able to celebrate yourself without letting them devastate you. So that's super hard, and it's going to be something that can be a challenge. Now, if let's say that scenario doesn't pertain to you, this is also saying, as I turn inward, I have to celebrate me. So instead of seeing all the mistakes, all the hurts, all the pains, all the ways that I've gone wrong, all the ways that I should have been able to change things, I have to celebrate who I am and the fact that I've gotten this far. And that's going to be intrinsically important to the very essence of our souls. Then we have our emotional self. We have the Death card, Scorpio energy, time frame October 23rd to November 21st. And then we have the Emperor, Aries energy, time frame March 21st to April 19th. So the heart is a powerhouse. It's like there's this dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new, the kind of energy that says, I see fear out in the distance. I understand that nothing stays the same. I understand that no one is impervious to death, and that I will be changed because of this knowledge. It's kind of like walking into the age of reason, into the age where we realize that nothing is permanent. And it can be that we had only experienced permanence before this time. It's kind of like the awakening of Siddhartha, where he found out about death and about suffering, and all of a sudden he couldn't be a prince living in his ivory tower type of thing. And that all of a sudden makes us claim our throne, makes us claim a path to be on and a way to move forward and a direction and a want and a desire, more so than anything else. And then our inner self, not our inner self, our public arena is the Seven of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Emperor once again. So very strong Aries energy. If we have Aries in our natal chart, that part of our personality is going to be coming out like nobody's business, just like the earth sign energy, which is also very linked to Virgo. Virgo is also an earth sign energy. So we have to be mindful of this. What we have is patience after destruction. We are going to rebuild stronger and better than we were before. There's going to be a power, a purpose, a focus, a determination to us that will take even ourselves by surprise. Now let's look at our chakra energy. Cancer. Cancer, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Cancer. July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Cancer. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. So these two, meditation and communication. Through meditation is how we're going to communicate with ourselves. Now we can actually have, because of the Tower, because of the intensity, the transformation, we could have been meditating before, or we might say, oh my gosh, I meditated years ago, used to do it all the time, now I don't. Now I don't have the time for it. Now I just don't feel as connected as I once was. This is going to be a time where, to connect with our crown chakra, to connect our mind with our heart, we're going to have to meditate. We're going to have to step back, and we're going to have to step into ourselves. So this is going to be very important. Meditation through going on a walk, meditation through sitting quietly and actually meditating through, just walking back and forth and kind of like this translate movement, meditation through a mindless task like moving dirt or washing dishes. That's going to be something that's important to us during this time, this checking in. With the throat chakra and communication, we're going to think, okay, this is talking. It's also listening. It's also knowing that right now we're picking up on a lot more than people are actually meaning to broadcast. So we're going to be looking at their body language. We're going to be, looking at their aura energy, the energy around them, the way that it just feels, not even just their aura, but just like the energy that they carry from other people. Everything like this. It's going to be an intense time. And they're not going to mean to bring so much to the conversation, so much to the communication. So we have to be very mindful of this during this time. How much are we taking seriously? How much are we, not taking seriously, but are we taking actually, our communications with people too seriously, embracing the depth of what we're reading into and focusing it all on us without realizing, okay, it could be with another person. This doesn't have anything to do with me right now. I have to focus on this task. I have to focus on this desire. And what I've learned from them can help me in one way or another. Yes, it always can. When we're talking with a person and their energy is just so tangled up and it feels like you have to unwind knots, that can help us, because it's like, okay, I'm going to have to explain things a little bit more slowly, a little bit more compassionately, or they might only want the facts and everything to go really, really fast, but they might not retain the knowledge as quickly. So because I know this from dealing with them, I might send them off an email. Say, just catching up, just reiterating all the points that we went through. Thank you so much for talking with me. Have a great day. End it, sign it, send it out. This is going to be something that's important. We also need to communicate with our inner selves and with spirit, because that's going to be an energy that helps us move forward. It's going to be an energy that helps us connect with ourselves, with our desires, what we want, and what we need. It brings us to the energy to be mindful of. What is the energy that Cancer needs to be mindful of? July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Cancer. What is the energy that Cancer needs to be mindful of? July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. The Princess of Pentacles, which is very interesting. In the Druid Craft deck, this is the same as the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is going to be something very, very beneficial, but we also have to be mindful of not taking this too far. We're going to want to take it just one step further, be a little bit more inquisitive, push things a little bit further, dive deeper down the rabbit hole, ask a whole bunch more questions than maybe we really need to at that time about certain things. And we're going to overwhelm ourselves very easily. We can also be very drawn to people who are inquisitive, who are pushing the boundaries, who are looking at things through new eyes. But the problem is that because we're going to be drawn to so many people like this, it doesn't necessarily mean that the way that they're looking at things is good, is going to help and be beneficial. It can be that it actually causes more confusion. It causes more doubts and more insecurities, because they're going to speak with such an authority. They're going to be like, oh, well, it should be like this and it should be like that. And didn't you look at this and didn't you look at that? That we just need to step back during this time and say, okay, I need to sift out what is right for me to start looking at, to start building off of, to start being guided towards. And this leads us to our rooted energy with the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is looking at prosperity from different angles, different ways to plant, different ways to grow our harvest. It's kind of like, it's so funny because my brother was planting a vegetable garden, one of my brothers, and he's starting to rattle things off, like, oh, you have to look at the plants that work best next to each other and who helps this one grow. And he made buying plants so stinking complicated. And I was like, dude, you just go out and pick which ones you want and then plant your garden. That is apparently not how you do it at all. So here it can be learning new things and diving deeper and deeper down that hole and looking at everything and saying, okay, well, what do I need and what don't I need and how do I move things forward? And a part of you could be frustrated, or people could get frustrated around you, or why are you diving so deeply into it? It's important. Even if you just gather all that information and you let it go, you'll find that you'll pick it up again. You'll pick it up again and you'll use it in a very valuable and very significant way. The Page of Pentacles is all about new ideas. It's all about pushing the limits of things. This could even be a young person who is an earth sign energy, or again, just very grounded, very much wanting to know how things work, wanting to take things apart, put things back together, look at things from all different angles, and start asking questions. They start asking questions that you sit there and you're like, I never thought of it like that. Like, are you making me overthink this situation? It's simple. It's just like this. But they're going to kind of overthink things and bring these nuggets of wisdom forward where you're like, oh, well, I didn't see it like that. And then all of a sudden that's going to open up a door, because it's going to kind of burrow into your mind a bit and be like, oh, well, couldn't I apply that idea here? And couldn't that work here? And how does that fit in here? And all of a sudden it's starting to open up new ways. This is a fantastic time at our root to be able to study something, to be able to absorb knowledge, to, learn a language, to embrace an artistic endeavor that we're going to see is actually very grounded in reality, and yet takes on this fanciful creation, which will make it more alluring to people, because it's kind of like looking for Narnia. If you believe that you can get there, it's just walking through a wardrobe. It makes it more enchanting for children. It makes it even more enchanting for adults. And so it starts to move us forward with the Knight of Pentacles, slowly and steadily moving towards our goals, our desires, what we want, where we want to be. This is not going to be a time of instantaneous results. Are we going to want instantaneous results? Yes, because we're human and we like that. But the Knight of Pentacles is going to say, slow and steady wins the race. I'm slowly building, I'm slowly developing, I'm slowly seeing things more openly, more honestly than before. And that starts to open up the door. That starts to give us greater realizations. That starts to drive us forward in a very real way, a very honest way. And again, it's going to be slow go, and we will get a bit frustrated, but not too frustrated, because we're the second fastest, we're the second slowest moving knight, the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight. So it's not going to be that we're moving so much slower than our enjoyed pace. But it is going to be that we're doing things very, very purposefully, gathering up that information, moving things forward. In our inner selves, we have to celebrate ourselves. And this is going to be such an easy time not to. It's going to be the exact opposite of what we want to do. We're going to want to berate ourselves. We're going to want to sit there and for some reason tell ourselves all the reasons why we can't claim our throne, why we can't move forward, why we don't get to have the life that we want, we don't get to move forward the way that we want to. In our inner self, we have to battle that. All of a sudden, we're going to take everything on and say, oh my gosh, it's my fault. Oh my gosh, I've done this wrong. And this could be a great time to start kind of looking into homeopathy, looking into China and chamomile and all those other, pestles that can start to balance the body and bring serenity into our hearts and our souls, so that we can look at things instead of being hypercritical, but embrace things with a level of calm and say, but I'm here for you. And if you're not here for yourself, who the heck will be? If you don't believe in you, who the heck will? And it's time to start celebrating. It's time to start saying there's more here. There's more here than I imagined. There's more to me than I ever knew. I have skills that get to shine, and I have passions that get to be an integral part of my existence. This isn't saying we're going to be movie stars or rock stars or any stars whatsoever. But it is saying that we get to be who we were born to be. And what's so interesting is I remember learning this in science class when I was really small, was that the stars that we see that are the brightest are the ones that are already gone. They're the ones that blew up. And so we don't have to be the brightest star, because that star doesn't exist anymore. But we get to be the steady star, or the little dot of wonder that is following its path. So often we think what we're born here, what we're put on this earth to do, is supposed to be grandiose. It's supposed to be all-encompassing. It's supposed to be larger than life, where most of the times it's not. We were born with a compassionate heart, and if we can keep that compassionate heart till the day we die, that's a feat beyond measure. We're born with creativity to share with others. We were born with insights to share. All these things are important. We were born to be parents. We were born to be, guides. We were born to be whatever. To be friends, to be joyous. That's important. And that takes a celebration of self to be able to let that rise within us. And it brings us to the hermit. The hermit is looking inward. And that's where we're going to see that star, that shining inspiration of self. And be able to say, how does this move me forward? We can have our 9-to-5 job or whatever the hours are. And maybe our pure joy is being in our garden, weeding and caring for it, or taking our dogs for a walk, or sitting with our cat, or talking with a friend. Maybe that's where the joy is, going for a hike. It doesn't have to be something overwhelmingly grandiose. And this is a time where our inner self needs us to be introspective, needs us to be contemplative, needs us to connect in the silence with us, without any challenge, without any anger, without any, added ferocity, but just with simple camaraderie to the person we are, the person we were, and the person we will become. And then it brings us to the death card, the dying away of the old self and the rebirth of the new. It's understanding that fear, the moon card, is right in the distance. Everybody fears an ending. And this is a sense of an ending of a chapter. Now, it doesn't mean literal death. What it means is rebirth. The person I once was will not be. And there's difference here because of that. There's intensity, and there's focus, and there's ferocity. The king lays on the ground. The child hands a rose, and the woman faints, while the older woman looks up and is simply there. This is how we embrace these transformations. Power never stays, though we are entering into a time of power. Youth blooms. Life becomes too much. And sometimes it's the steady awareness that is the driving force and all we can ask for. Our hearts are being transformed. Are we ready for that transformation, or will we fight it the whole entire way? If we fight it the whole entire way, we are going to waste so much energy, it will not even be funny. So do be mindful of that. The Emperor. Claiming our throne. Understanding that I get to lead myself. I get to make these decisions. Because nobody else gets to lead me. This is my life. This is what I desire. And this is what I'm moving towards. This is also the sacred masculine in its most archetypal form. The emperor is the ruler, the wise patriarch. And I understand that word has become a dirty word, but a patriarch, a matriarch, power corrupts, and the love of power corrupts, absolutely. So here we claim the throne, not because it sets us above the rest, but because this is our life. And we should claim the throne of our life. Claim the focus, claim the purpose, claim the direction. And in our hearts, that's what we're doing. We're saying, I get to lead the way. Because somebody has to. Because this is my existence. Because there is power and intensity to me. We have to be mindful of the transformation, making us into a person that says, I will never be hurt again. I will have all the power. I will have all the focus. And I will be kind of emotionally aloof because of it. This is a time where we need to say, this is what I want. This is what I need. This is where I'm headed. This is what my heart wants. I get to lead me forward. I will make mistakes, absolutely. But I lead me forward. It brings us then to the Seven of Pentacles, to be patient. The Seven of Pentacles is saying we want things in our time. And in the public arena, we always do. In the waking world, in the sleeping world, in every world that human beings inhabit, we always want things in our time. This is divine timing. And this is saying be patient and watch things unfold. Be patient as we move forward in bounty and success. Because it comes. But we have to be patient because we faced a time of great trauma. Now, it doesn't matter if this trauma happened 16 years ago or if it happened yesterday. We got shoved, pushed, catapulted out of our comfort zone. Forced to face and see and live things that we never would have lived before. When I lost everything, I took jobs that were grueling and hard and paid nothing, and that I never thought I would have. And they scarred. And that's what I'm seeing here, the scars. The situations where it doesn't have to be, bad jobs, grueling hours, everything like that. It can be, I didn't think the relationship would work out this way. I didn't think that this would be where I stand now. I didn't, think that it would be this. That's the main scenario around the tower. I didn't think that it would be this. I didn't think it would be this hard, this suffocating, this overwhelming, this disparaging. The tower makes us look at things. It makes us look at the hardships we walk through, the hurts, the pains, the disappointments. And it says, what next? What dream do we follow? Or do we give up on them entirely? How do we move forward? Where do we belong? Where do we want to be? And how do we get there? It moves us then to the Emperor. We claim back the power. the intensity, and the insights. We claim the throne, and we say that this is me. Quirky, unconventional, different, but me. And whatever describes you, however you look at the mirror and say, okay, well, it's not like everybody else. It's not like as portrayed on TV, but it's who I am, innately and powerfully. And I will not let anybody destroy that power within me. To go deeper into our rooted self, Spirit, please show me more deeply the rooted self of Cancer, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Cancer. Spirit, please show me more deeply the rooted self of Cancer, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Cancer. Angels. The Seven of Swords. There's been sneakiness. Now this can be from the past because he's looking behind. It can be within the public arena that it's really affected us. That there's been sneakiness and betrayal and hurt, and it can be that we're being sneaky. It can be. We're not going to tell everybody everything. We're gathering up what we need. We're leaving some things behind because we just can't take it all with us. And we start to move forward. We start to go after what we want and what we desire and where we need to be. And it brings us then to our inner selves. Spirit, show me more deeply the inner self of Cancer, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Cancer. Spirit, show me more deeply the inner self of Cancer, July 1st to the 15th, 2021, Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. The Five of Wands. It's the conflict. It's the conflict that showed up before when we start to celebrate. It's like, I don't deserve to. And it can also be little things that we thought, oh, well, this is nothing, but it irks at us. It gets under our skin, and it starts to become something much bigger than it ever was before. The Five of Wands is looking at that hurt, that pain, that disappointment, those arguments that came from nothing and blew up into something it can't even be catastrophic. And also your own self-sabotaging, the conflict within. And it's going more deeply into that as we turn inward, as we start to celebrate ourselves. Because it's interesting, you have the Five of Wands, but you have here the Six of Wands. The Five of Wands is the chaos, and the Six of Wands is a celebration. It's time to celebrate. It's time to look at the chaos, name the chaos, understand the chaos, but not be controlled by it. And that's where people get tripped up, myself included, where the chaos just becomes so overpowering that that's it. Cancer. Please show me, Spirit, please show me more deeply the emotional self of Cancer. Please show me deeply the emotional self of Cancer, July 1st to the 15th, 2021. Cancer, please show me deeply the emotional self of Cancer, July 1st to the 15th, 2021. Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. The Ten of Cups. And they all live happily ever after. Joy, happiness, success, prosperity, bounty, and beauty. Loveliness coming in. And it's being able emotionally to say, but this is my happiness. For some people, true bliss and happiness is being in the middle of everything. They love to be around friends and family, and the louder, the better, all the time. Like in the middle of, and they love to party and everything like that. For me, that's not my happiness. My happiness is very quiet. And so here, it's understanding that everybody gets to have their own happiness, gets to have their own idea of what pure joy and connection and beauty is. It moves us then to go more deeply into our public self. Please, Spirit, show me more deeply the public self of Cancer, July 1st to the 15th, 2021. Cancer. Spirit, show me more deeply the public self of Cancer, July 1st to the 15th, 2021. Cancer. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. The Four of Cups and the Moon. In the public arena, we're going to be handed a gift that doesn't feel like a gift. It just doesn't. The Four of Cups. It's going to feel like added work, added responsibilities, one more thing put upon our shoulders, or it's just going to be something that we're like, why? Why did you give me this? Like, why is this here? What's going on? But it has us walking down a path, or it changes the direction that we're walking down. Subtly, but profoundly. And it brings us to the moon. It brings us to what we fear, doubt and despair at. It brings us to the quiet moments where we see ourselves a bit more clearly, where the noise at times stops, and we're only left with reflection. The reflection of the light of the day, the reflection of the desire of the soul. And we have to see that openly and honestly for what it is, and call ourselves out of the primordial fear of the dark, of the despair, of the unknown, and into a steady place where the shadowed self and the conscious self walk forward, where openness and honesty and power and determination guide us, and we start to transform quite powerfully. This leads us to our subconscious chakra message, which is truth. Speak the truth. Live by your truth, and let that guide you. Not feeling ashamed or embarrassed because of it. This is my truth. This is who I am. And my throat chakra gets to express it. I get to express me. It leads us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. And that's the Prince of Pentacles. It's interesting, we are to be mindful of the same thing that roots us. The Prince of Pentacles is the Knight of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. That slow, steady move forward. That sense of slowly and steadily building towards a goal. What is that goal? What is that desire? Are we pulled into somebody else's dream? Where do I want to stand? What do I stand for? And what do I need? We have to be very mindful of the direction that we're walking and the people who inspire us, because we're going to be easily swayed by them. Not to say that we are weak of character at all, but we will think, oh my gosh, that's intriguing. Oh my gosh, that's the same thing that's inspiring me. Let me see. But it's not going to be the same. It's going to be right for them. It's going to be, part of their dream, part of their stuff, part of their 10 of Cups, but not part of ours. So be mindful of that. Our subconscious rooted self is the Knight of Swords, charging forward. Success, prosperity, slaying demons, cutting down doubts and fears, and being able to say, this is what I want. Cutting through the poison of the world, ascending, raising our energy vibration. Focusing, again, on the truth that we want. The way our throat chakra vibrates and the way that we express ourselves is going to be so important. And so passionately inspirational. It leads us to our subconscious inner self, which is the Two of Cups, the Minor Arcana Lover's card. Love, healing, unity, success, prosperity. A coming together of soul and desire. A healing of what once was to what is now. It brings us then to our subconscious emotional self, which is the Five of Wands. Chaos, fighting for the sake of fighting, doubt, fear, despair, things that have gotten blown out of proportion. And it can be that we harp on ourselves a lot. If I haven't done this in this time frame, if I haven't, gotten this far by now, I'll never. And it's like, no. Let yourself be you. And let yourself open the door. Stop the fighting of the own internal heart. That can stop us in our tracks. The subconscious public arena self is the world. We want the world. To walk in the world, to be confident within the world, to open the door and have the world as our oyster. To be inspired, to be bountiful. And subconsciously, that's what we're working towards. We're working towards nothing holding us back. And being able to claim that throne with a ferocity of intensity, understanding, and focus. All right, Cancer. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I'm sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we face that which once scared us, and as we find the power of the voice of a dream and of the soul's expression. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Cancer.